So, what's happening, everyone? We're going to do a wee walk through the day on one of our latest tracks called Let's Go Mental. The inspiration was of
Queen.
Queen.
We Will Rock You.
We Will Rock You. So, Dave wrote the lyrics for the track.
Yeah.
Same sort of style. It's the same, what would you say, rhythm of the
The general concept of the original is still there. That the idea was formed about whenever you sort of look at how you can have crowd interaction. Obviously, you can't take a Queen tune because it's copyrighted, but you can still take the idea and the themes from that and what makes it special, and then incorporate it into what we do. So whenever I sort of sat down and wrote the lyrics for it, I was sort of thinking, right, what is special about the music that we make, and what is fun about it, and what's the whole purpose of going out and putting your hands up and having a dance and having good crack. So once I wrote the lyrics, went on the Fiverr and found some guy who's a Queen impersonator, and just sent them the lyrics and said, can you record these for me, please? And he sent them back, and this is what I was sent.
We're here to have a good time, hard time. Put your hands up and show us that you're having a good day. You got sweat on your face, you're throwing shapes, kicks ringing out all over the place, singing.
And the second part here.
Let's go fucking mental. Let's go fucking mental.
So that's the hook, so to speak.
Yeah, so was happy with that. Needed to move a key a bit. Whoops, sorry about that. Just to get it to sort of fit in with everything else. So I moved it up a note. I think it's an A sharp now. I can't remember. It's been a while. But yeah, so whenever I got that, because obviously the vocals weren't sitting directly together, I've had to chop them and stretch
Hit
them.
that fucking orange button there.
I had to chop them at certain points just to make it all flow over the top of this. So the vocals themselves, it's a bit stretchy, but then you put the effects and all.
We're here to have a good time, hard time. Put your hands up and show us that you're having a good day. You got sweat on your face, you're throwing shapes, kicks ringing out all over the place.
Sounds pretty similar to it, but once you start layering the guitars and things like that,
it's a bit scrappy like in places, but there's nothing really we could do about it. I tried my best. There was a lot of harsh S's in there as well.
Yeah.
But I got as much out as I possibly could. But again, the whole reason with the track was just for a fun.
Yeah, it's just for a bit of crack to get the crowd going, get them on board again. Anyone who's seen us knows that we're all about crowd interaction and having fun with you guys. So we thought, why not try and make a tune that encompasses that? So
yeah, let's hear the guitar there.
Once we sort of had the vocals, it was a case of trying to find the right vibe that reminded you, because at the end of the day, everybody knows what that tune is if you have stomp, stomp, clap, so people can get involved right away. But it's obviously trying to get people's mind to think to that.
Yeah.
So we put in a few claps, a few kick drums, bit of a guitar, some bass, just to layer it out underneath. So here's that.
We're here to have a good time, hard time. Put your hands up and show us that you're having a good day. You got sweat on your face, you're throwing shapes, kicks ringing out all over the place, singing, let's go fucking mental. Sing it! Let's go fucking mental.
Yeah. So that's it. That's building up into the first drop.
Yeah.
And again, like, we didn't really want to go more like a UK hard or UK sort of hard style vibe. We went for dancey, reverse bassy, not so much.
We didn't want a big sort of break in it, no sort of big leads or whatever.
Melodies,
just straight to the point. Everyone have a wee bit of a fucking clap, and then let's get straight to business. And
we have played this out, and people get caught off guard the first time they hear it, but the second Let's Go Mental, they hit it perfectly.
Yeah, because you're expecting the original Queen. They're like, I know this song from somewhere, but it's not the words I was expecting, and then sort of the penny drops on them.
And then this is us build it up then just into the first drop.
Yeah. So basically, again, trying to keep it simple. We just went for screeches really. You obviously using the bass and things to build it up here, but again, nothing fancy or flurry. It's just trying to get straight into business.
Sing it!
Yeah, so that's the first drop. Again, it's nothing special, but that's one thing you'll learn the longer you get into making music. Less is more, like.
Yeah, well, that's one thing definitely. A lot of the stuff, because as a lot of you may know, I build the tracks and then I send it to Jason and he brings them out and makes them fuller. But then a lot of the stuff, when he sends it back, I'm like, well, where's this and where's that?
Yeah.
I'll remove them because it didn't really work. And then once you sort of listen to it, once it's all been brought out, it really does. It works a lot better once you remove some of the elements.
Yeah,
that were
sometimes it can be just, although it might, the idea is good, sometimes it just muddies up. Like there's no need for two separate snares to be there and things like that. And there's no need for hi-hats closed and open. You know what I mean?
But like even just wee subtle differences, like there's not.
See what
really
I've done with these screeches, I think I've just layered them and then panned, you know, so it makes them wider.
Yeah.
So I panned one till what is that? 25 left, 25 right, and I think they're the same. And you can hear the side chain on them there for the kick.
Yeah.
That's it. Just gives a wee bit more width to the sound whenever it's coming, especially with that being really the main sound in the drop.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple of wee snare fills. So what I done, I just soaked them in reverb, I think, a glue compressor. Didn't even soak them in reverb. Yeah, I did. There's a verb on them there.
Yeah.
It gives them a wee bit of pan them, but then it drags on a wee bit. I think it sounds cool, but again, it's not rocket science.
But again, for how little there really is there in comparison to what one of our normal tunes.
What is there? There's 84 tracks. We're used to doing some 200 plus sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
So it is a basic one, but again, it's the little tiny details that really sort of help tracks stand out and be fleshed out more.
So in this bit, this is us coming in then to the main. I was going to say the main breakdown, but we purposely didn't do a main breakdown. So what you done here was you really just, I'll let you hear.
Sing it! Let's go, man!
So just took the Let's Go Mental, the hook, and just stretched it out to make it sound stretched.
Yeah, pretty much. So basically, because I knew that I wanted to have that little effect of the sort of stuttered vocal, but I didn't want it to be normal. I wanted to have it a bit more like grittiness to it. There's a trick in Ableton where as long as the vocal's warped, you can just make it go as short or as long as you want. I let go of that too soon. That's what she said.
Let's go!
It just then changes the speed of it, but obviously then the longer you drag it, you can really
Which is cool because back in the day, you used to have to use Contact or a sampler to do that sort of stuff. Where now, obviously...
Or really get into here and go to all the warp markers and really drag them out, but it sounded terrible.
I've said a million times on production videos and the live streams I've done, plus also the podcast, if you really want to be a producer these days, there's no excuse. Like
no.
There's so much content out there to learn.
You can look at. But yeah, so... With regards to sort of, again, because we didn't want to have a big breakdown or melody, you need to do something to change it up to still keep it fresh and interesting, even though you're still retaining the same sort of sounds moving forward.
Just recycling them, really?
Yeah, so we kind of just thought, right, well, we'll change the groove of it. We've been known to do a bit of sigh and things like that in the past as well. So sort of it was influenced by that. Instead of going from a straight kick, then you're sort of going into that sort of sigh-ish kind of style, but not too much.
Until the drop, of course.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just again to change the rhythm of it and give you something new to dance to while still using the same sounds.
Yeah.
But again,
So yeah, that's the I know we said like reverse bassy, that was the start, but this was a tough kicks, but it's still basically the same pattern of screech.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, it's the same screech, just slight variation of it. But I think it complements it really well, and it's quick, straight in. What is that? Maybe it's not a long breakdown.
Right, well, the tune itself, 2.5 minutes from start to finish.
Minutes.
I think that's one of our shortest tunes
Yeah.
as well.
And yeah, it's fucking does well on the dance floor. And that second kick, see, after hearing the first kick when we have played it out in clubs,
Yeah.
people aren't expecting that second drop.
No, I think it's just going to go back into some sort of like reverse bass or something.
Or,
sort of
or
similar
sigh,
to,
as you
yeah,
say,
or
because
sigh.
it's sort of like the sigh build up.
Yeah.
So we'll come in the last drop, which then gets even.
Sing it!
And then just basic fucking delay at the end of the vocal. There's not even nothing on that. Just to make it carry on.
Yeah.
Christ delay. So. So sort of ping pongs left to right, same with the Christ. Nothing too mad.
That was another thing I've learnt as well, because there's a few other tracks we've done that we've wrote our own vocals and stuff for, and the people that we've worked with have added in sort of ad libs and different layers to the vocals. Like even then we alrights and things like that there. It's stuff that I never really thought about before with using vocals. It's like, alright, sweet, we'll just use this vocal and that's it. But the wee ad libs and sort of harmonics that you record underneath certain parts of songs.
Yeah,
even
even just
what
a
sets it
different
aside.
singing it in a different pitch.
Yeah.
Like an octave lower or whatever.
Yeah.
It really does make a huge difference. Like.
Yeah, oh, well, 100%. And it adds a certain extra quality
'Cause
to the tune.
See, whenever we were only starting out, obviously, and we used to get like these samples off Splice or whatever, and it was just one vocal, fucking say 30 seconds long, and we'd have chopped it up, blah blah. But then we used to finish tunes, and we always used to be like, "How come fucking I don't know, Headhunters' tune sounds way better?"
Yeah.
And then you start working with professional singers, and they're sending you 4 or 5 different variations of the same line, and you're like. That's where because it wasn't actually anything we were doing wrong. It was just we didn't have the full tools to compete.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It really is crazy. But yeah, that's basically how we built the tune. This one, that was the idea behind it. We'll let you hear the full tune from start to finish. And yeah, it's coming out very soon. I think the label has just agreed for us there.
Yeah.
So let's have a listen to the full tune.
Oh.
We're here to have a good time, hard time. Put your hands up and show us that you're having a good day. You got sweat on your face, you're throwing shapes, kicks ringing out all over the place, singing, let's go fucking mental. Sing it! Let's go fucking mental. Mental, 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 mental. Sing it! Let's go, man. All right. Sing it.
So yeah, that's LGM. It's called
LGM.
LGM. Let's Go Mental, but just LGM for short. Yeah, really, we like this one. It's
Yeah.
good on the dance floors. It's, that's what we wanted to make, and I think from our experience thus far, it seemed to have been doing
Yeah,
well.
it's done the trick, so it's been well received, and that's what it's all about. Whenever you spend time, especially now, starting into writing our own lyrics for stuff, to see that it goes down well is definitely a good thing.
Yeah, so plenty more. We'll do some more of these with some of our newer tracks as well, and yeah, keep an eye out. Please go and check out our podcast and all the rest of the music that we've released. And yeah, we're going to be a lot more active on social media. So stick around and check us out.
Peace.
So, peace.